So we are going to the moon. Or maybe not. Hello Adrian, and welcome back to once again another episode of the Dang Oracle. It is 8:30 p.m. What am I saying? 8:30. It is 7:30 p.m. UTC plus 8 is my time zone, and welcome everybody who is watching around the world. It has been quite a little bit of an exciting day. Well, you know, when the price is absolutely zero moving for like, let's say, how long has it been? A couple of weeks, let's like that, and we do move like a few $100s towards the upside. It seems like, you know, an insane amount that we are pushing towards the upside, right? It's insanely fast. Anyways, want to wish you welcome first to the hardcore crew. Hi Darren, hi Moncol, hi Nikolai, hi Lex, hi Gita, hi Clark. Hope you are doing well as well on this beautiful Tuesday. Anyways, quite a lot to be discussing about. Well, a lot is a big word. Just hold your horses. You know, like I said, we will analyze the things, but no need to be FOMOing. You haven't missed out on anything because of the $200 pump, but you also haven't missed out. I mean, quite a lot of things did actually happen. But anyways, let's go over some COVID numbers first before we move on to the rest. And let me turn off the sound, or else it will go bling bling all the time. Hi Fardeen, hi Oha. Where is the numbers infographic? Here, let's take a look on what the updated numbers are. Sorry Nikolai, it's a bullish day. You have to respect the candles. Anyways, in the US we are over 3.8 million cases, and Brazil has over 2.1 million, and India over 1.1 million cases. So yeah, in terms of the coronavirus, nothing that that different right now. We are over 14.7 million cases worldwide, and yeah, the graph on all the top 6 countries are still looking the same. Pretty bad. Let's put it like that. Pretty bad. So in terms of the COVID numbers, still going up, still looking pretty bad, and yeah, I really hope that the situation will start to get better soon. We do get some sprinkles of hope once in a while. Apparently the testing of the COVID vaccine has been going pretty well, so you know, we have to wait a little bit longer. Hi Akash and Sabri, welcome as well. I'm good, thank you for asking. I'm very well. A little bit tired because last night the little oracle was a little bit he has stomach aches, and it always happens during like 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. so it's very annoying because that's like the time that I'm like super tired, obviously. Like around 4 or 5 a.m. Anyways, so wanted to go over the technical analysis before we jump into Bitcoin. I wanted to go first into the traditional markets because that's basically what is the most important thing that is happening right now. And first, let's go over to Nasdaq. And well, like we have said yesterday, if Nasdaq does break this zone towards the upside here, the 10,850. Hi Tina. Then most likely we'll be heading towards one more spike up towards the top side. Well, how high are we going to go? Well, we are in price discovery mode because it's all-time high. So if we do break the new all-time high, well, we'll be just making another new all-time high, right? So that was the reason why I've said there's 2 ways to be looking at as a trader, and how much risk are you willing to be taking, right? Like I said, there was potential weekly bearish divergence, right? There was potential weekly bearish divergence, as we can see right here. Once again, from this point to this point it goes down, and that would be from this point to this point. But the bearish divergence could get negated if if this is not our local top, right? And that's basically the reason what I'm saying. So right now, as you can see, on the Nasdaq chart, we are creating a higher high, right? So is this when this morning, basically when I saw this happening on the Nasdaq, and not only on the Nasdaq, very similar what I've told yesterday on the S&P chart, if we would be breaking this previous all-time high, where would I be aiming? Well, most likely it would be rallying near the gap that we have made on the 21st of February, right? So between 3312 to 3325, right? And as you can see right now, we are halfway there, as you can see. So basically what happened this morning was pretty simple. When you see the traditional markets rally, you basically close your shorts on Bitcoin, or else you're gonna have problems, right? Because like I said, on the macro perspective, Bitcoin will always follow the traditional markets, even though it has not been following it in a very strong way, right? Hi Carl. So when we're seeing this, and as you can see, looking at the momentum indicators and everything, we are well on the way to be going, most likely, like I said, most likely S&P is going to be filling this gap here. That is where we are, what I'm seeing, and Nasdaq is most likely going to be breaking tonight once again this previous all-time high, and we're going to most likely going to go even higher. But that doesn't mean that we're gonna keep continuing going up. Of course not, right? At one point, like I said, the bearish divergence is going to be confirming, and then things will make a pullback, right? And right now, if you are looking at the daily, of course, very similar as on the weekly, we have potential daily divergence, right, from this point to this point. And then if we are looking at on the RSI, of course, we have from this point for this point as well, where we are making a higher low. But once again, it is only potential bearish divergence, because we don't know if this is going to be our local top, right? So nothing is confirmed yet. To be honest, right now, how things are going, I think we're gonna go up higher, not lower. So looking at traditional markets, that just means for Bitcoin, yeah, most likely that Bitcoin is going to be pumping. So that's the reason why I just closed my shorts basically this morning, not on the Bitcoin chart, but on the traditional market charts, which what I said yesterday as well. If I do see that this one breaks, most likely we're going to be reattempting the 9,450. So let's move into Bitcoin, right? Let's move into Bitcoin. So we have to make a little bit some sort of a little bit of an adjustment, right? So basically this is what I'm saying, because traditional market pumped, obviously Bitcoin is going to be pumping as well, and that's this green candle that we are seeing right now. And we broke the previous green box at 9,300 area, and we closed above that. I mean, we haven't closed not on the daily, but we closed above that on the 4-hour chart. I can show that you a little bit later. But the main thing, and the main thing is very, very clear. As long as we don't break this green box here, very little has happened, right? Very little has happened. And why? Well, I can show you why. Basically, because this technically was not our lower high, right? This technically was not our lower high. This was our lower high, right? So basically this, and if this is our local top, then basically we have another lower high, and we have not confirmed our higher high. So basically we need to get out of this green box here, like I said before we can get some excitement, right? But with how traditional markets are pumping right now, I do believe that we will most likely head on a little bit higher and test that box, right? But will we be breaking it? Yes or no? Of course, that is the question, right? And yes, Nikolai, we have to of course adjust our lines, right? So what we can see is, so we have to move this one up higher, right? So basically what we're gonna do is just use this one. For example, we can do this, something like this would be valid, right? Where we get 1 second, this one and this one. There, yeah, something like this would be valid as a trend line. Let's close this one there. So basically then boom, this would be our high, this would be our lower high, and this would be our potential our lower high once again, right? So as long as we don't basically break out of this this messy zone, we don't have a higher high, right? So do I think that in the short term we will be retesting the top end of the box? Yes, most likely, because how the traditional markets are running right now, you know, that's it's just crazy times, right? It's just crazy. But is it going to be lasting forever? Most likely not. Like I've said, today we will have some revenues reports. Tomorrow will be the biggest ones from the biggest companies that will have the revenues report, and then usually the day after we see a reaction from what will happen, right? So are the revenues reports going to be positive? Yes or no? The people will still be excited after they see the numbers being that they reach the targets. Did they crush the targets? Yes or no? That's basically what is going to be defining the next couple of days. But in the short term, well, and the run up towards this event right now, yeah, this is what I'm seeing. Basically, we need to be waiting until we get a higher high. So this is what we are seeing in the short term. As you can see, we closed above this green box, as you can see, and I do believe that most likely we'll be heading towards this next green box here. Do we break above it? That will be the most exciting part, right? That's basically what I'm waiting for, right? So I didn't long or anything like that. I'm just waiting it out right now. So we'll see how that one goes. It will be reported on the internet as well, Nikolai. So we'll see. So I do think that we'll be slowly heading towards this top area in the short term. Although we have to say that the RSI right now on the 4 hour is quite on the high side, so maybe a little bit a small pullback, something like sideways, slowly back towards green box, and then maybe like a small push towards the upside, a little bit higher like that. But overall, like I said, if the traditional markets are going to be pumping, it's very unlikely that Bitcoin is not going to be at least pumping a little bit. But the question is, of course, if the traditional markets are going to take that pullback, where's the price at that point in time, right? So for us, things are looking a lot better, right? If we are also looking on the daily RSI, if we make it a trend line like something like this, we can clearly see that it is actually breaking out right now, right? Out of that resistance line on the RSI as well. But like I said, I'm not excited just yet until we make a higher high on the daily, which means breaking and closing above this green box towards the top side. Do I think that we will be testing that zone? Most likely, though. I do think that in the short term, most likely we'll be testing that zone. Am I going to be trading it? No, I'm not going to be trading it. For me, this is like I said, I told you guys before, this is between these two green boxes. For me, that's a no trade zone. For me, I'm not going to do anything at all. I'm just going to wait it out for maybe for a couple of days, most likely, because the revenues reports will be the thing that will be the most important and going to be affecting the price. If we do break and if we do close above this green box, I will play the long towards most likely it will be 9.7, 9.9k area, that one. Bearish divergence. Well, July 8th. let me see. That's a really long time before. Let me see if we can see on the July 8th here. This is this point, between this point and this point. Do you mean? So here and here. Yep. I mean potential, right? So there is potential, but like I said, for example, if the price moves towards this area here, for example, then this divergence would be negated, right? So yeah, potential bearish divergence, but nothing is confirmed, so can't really do anything with it, right? So as long as we don't confirm the bearish divergence, it's just potential bearish divergence. And like I said, you have to be very careful with that. And I think the best example was set when we were looking at the Nasdaq and we were saying, well, this looks quite toppy formation. We have potential weekly bearish divergence, and then you see what happens. Yeah. I don't have to explain. You see the bearish divergence got negated immediately on the weekly, and then we are making a higher high. And then for people who are stuck in that short position are basically, screwed, right? And that's the reason why you have to be very careful, and where risk management, and where you have to basically decide what your risk appetite is, how much risk are you willing to be taking, basically. But for now, short term, yeah, things are looking good, but I just want to see confirmation. And I think if we get reaction from the traditional markets, and if the revenues reports are not that great, and we do make that pullback towards the downside, then Bitcoin at that point in time is just still below 9,450, for example. If it's still below that area, then then that's not good for Bitcoin. Then all this 200 pump move is just basically futile, right? It will give us basically a very good position to be shorting the market at that point in time. Also, we can see on the heat map, as you can see here, right now, as you can see on the 9,300, 9,400, and 9,500 here, a lot of resistance right now on the heat map as well. So it will most likely, hover around somewhere around here by tomorrow or something like that. That's what I'm expecting. So like I said, I do expect us to be testing a little bit higher, but it's going to be troublesome to be breaking the 9.4K, which is obviously this green box here, right? So let's see. Never say never, but for now things are looking good in terms of traditional markets. So that's what I am more concerned about right now. And if that goes well, and if we do get a nice pump, also if the traditional markets keep on pumping, then most likely we will have a break towards the upside. Then definitely would switch my bias towards the bullish side rather than the bearish side, right? So yes, Pledit. The bears are definitely it has been taking a really long time. So like I said, in these times of like slow motion, the question is who is it, accumulation or is it distribution, right? So that's the difficult part to be figuring it out. Right now, I'm still, to be honest, nothing has changed for me. I mean, as long as we are more near towards the downside and grinding towards the lower end of the support zone, it still is. I still have a more higher bearish bias than a bullish bias. But I like I said, I'm not in love with the asset or anything like that. For me, all I care about is the P&L. All I care about is making money. So yeah, I have absolutely no problem with the price. If the price goes up, I'll be happy to long it, and if the price goes down, I'll be happy to short it, which is what I've done also with the Chainlink from yesterday, right? So I wanted to go over that trade because I think that's a very interesting trade as well from yesterday. So I told you guys yesterday I was in a short from 8.25, 8.3, something like that, and shorted it down towards the EMA 55, which was like around $7.5 or something like that. As you can see, it broke the EMA 55 towards the downside, almost touched the EMA 100 actually. So the breakdown was higher than expected. So I didn't maximize my profit, so I made like I think around 9%, something like that. Yeah, a 9% trade towards the downside with my link, as you can see. And like I said, the reason what's the difference between me and other traders is how risky people are, right? So remember when I told you there was bearish divergence forming from this point to this point, right? So maybe let's draw it so you can see it. So when we had this bearish divergence here, right, which was link was like $8.7, and as you can see here on the RSI, we can see here, this is the RSI, we can see that there's a bearish divergence there, but I did not take my trade, right? I did not take the trade there. Okay, let me explain. Nine Films, I always start streaming at 7:30 p.m. UTC plus 8. So hi John. Yeah, I closed my short already, John. you can rewatch the stream. Anyways, so what I wanted to explain is the following, right? So we have bearish divergence, potential bearish. I told you it was potential bearish divergence, but it was not confirmed just yet. So the reason, so if you are a very risk appetite person, right? You are not scared or anything like that, then you can take that short on the top here. It will make you more money, right? It's higher, and if it works out, it will make you more money for sure. But for me, I will never make the most out of a trade, because my risk appetite and my risk management is way safer than other traders, right? So the reason why I only shorted at 8.25 is, of course, because I was waiting waiting that bearish divergence was confirmed, and that this top was basically a confirmed local top, and then the bearish divergence was confirmed. And that's the reason why I only got my short in from this position all the way down towards this position. Did I make the max out of the trade? No. Like I said, my trading style is and that's something that every trader has to be considering it for themselves, right? How much risk, how risky are you? Are you risk adverse? Are you and follow the strategy or the trading tools that you are learning, and stick to it, right? So for me, I will never, like I said, I think last week when Nikolai was asking me, you see weekly divergence on the Nasdaq, are you going to be shorting Nasdaq? I said no, because it's only potential weekly divergence. I want to see that local top being confirmed just first, and then obviously I'll be shorting the market, right? Very similar with here on Link, right? So when there was potential bearish divergence, I was just waiting for confirmation first, and then only then I entered my short position after it was confirmed that it was a local top, right? So that's the reason why my P&L or my profits will be lower than somebody who just will be going for it and high risk. It's like that with everything, right? High risk will always give you higher rewards, but on the other hand, my profits or my results will be more consistent, because I have a lower amount of risk in terms of my trading style and my trades. But once again, it's just an example to show you guys that it's up to you guys on how you want to be trading. There's nobody who can tell you like, okay, this is how you have to be trading. It really all depends on your risk, how risk adverse are you, or how your risk appetite is, right? So, but yeah, did a nice short position on there, and as you can see right now, Link is bouncing up as well. Went down towards this zone here. Was really tempted at that point to be longing Link, but I didn't do it. I didn't long Link on that area. What I'm looking for right now is Link to be going back to basically where it broke down, right? So what was support is now a resistance. So this is the area that I'm looking at right here. So I can remove this one. This is the area that I'm looking at. Do we break the $8, well, then $7.95 back towards the upside, or do we get rejected from that area once again? So like something like this, do we get rejected? Then most likely we'll be ending back towards the downside. And if we break up from here, and that's a big if, of course, if we break up here and we close candles from here, we can go back and retest the previous highs at like $8.5 once again. So very, very patient with my trades if I see something happening. But right now we are, if you did not take the long, I mean, it's kind of useless right now to be. We are in the middle of something, so it doesn't. I mean, I would not target any longs right now, right? But if you would have been longing, this was the perfect spot to be longing link from that area, right? But just wanted to explain a little bit my mindset or my thoughts or how I am approaching a trade before I execute a particular trade. But other than that, yeah, links looks pretty good. It still looks good, to be honest. If we are looking on a daily basis, it is still, like I said, it is still hovering. It's still way above the EMA 21. If we are looking on a weekly basis, it's just a small pullback on everything. So yeah, I'm still bullish overall on the medium term for Link. So like I said, I just saw some weakness in the market, and that's the reason why I just shorted it. And also because Bitcoin was not doing much, so had to do something else. So that's what I've been doing on the altcoin market, since I haven't been doing much altcoins trading. Just thought it was interesting to be showing that as an example, and I think that was a perfect example to show you how you can take a look at things. Kava, yes, sure. Let me take a look at Kava. What is Kava? Kava. Let's take a look here. Yeah, bounced off perfectly here on the support level. Looks pretty good. Bounced off here. If you would have taken the long, this was the long spot. Right now, heavy resistance. Obviously, I would not be going in any position right now. I would be just waiting it out and see if we retake the top of the previous top, right? So, but overall, looks good. Looks good. Yeah. Looks. Yeah. It looks constructive. Not a bad chart for an altcoin. No 9 films. I'm only streaming on Facebook and on YouTube, not on that. You took a short at 325. 325. Yeah, that's a pretty good. That's a good spot. 325. Very nice spot. I think it's gonna be, well, right now it's struggling, right? It's struggling to break this resistance right now, because that's basically where, as you can see, where the price pumped up and then broke down here, and here it's struggling here. So have to wait and see. But overall, it doesn't look bad. Let me see. RSI is curling towards the downside. Momentum is going towards the downside though. Momentum is going towards the downside. So I would, for now, I would just wait it out. The doesn't look bad to just wait it out right now. But yeah, but I would just take a good look at this area here. If this area breaks 2.91 or something like that, I do think that if this area breaks, we it will most likely will be taking a leg up back towards this area here to the 3.1 or something like that. So would be taking a look at that. But for now, yeah, I would just start thinking about taking profits when it if it would go down a little bit more. But yeah, it overall it looks like a good chart, to be honest. Yeah, VAT, yeah, VAT very similar to Link, right? I told you guys that VeChain had also it looks very toppy, and had that dump towards the downside as well, right? Yes, here. So, oops, I'm sorry. Very similar to Link. Let's put it on the daily. It's very similar to Link. Went back down, but as you can see here, held the EMA 21 on the 1 day and then pumped back up. But right now, obviously, this area is the main resistance right here, right? So let's take a look on the short term. Where are we at? A lot of selling, but doesn't look that bad as well overall. Seems like it's trying to get back to the previous resistance at 18, 0.18 seems to be the area to be looking at. So if we manage to break this area, basically, right, would be longing it if we manage to break this area here, close above it, because yeah, this is basically the whole resistance, right? We can make a whole box here, basically. So yeah, if the price manages to break up from this box here, then we can go back to these areas here, right? To these top areas here. But this is heavy selling pressure, though. This is heavy selling pressure. Looks like it's consolidating, sideways movements. So yeah, sideways movements, I think. I'll be longing Bitcoin if we do close above 9,450. So if we make a higher high, that's basically when I would be interested into longing it. So I'm just waiting for this, basically. So if we can close above this area, then most likely we'll be heading towards this 9.7 area. Doesn't mean that we will be resolving everything, but it would be very strong from the bulls, right? Very strong from the bulls. More shitcoins, of course. XLM. Let's take a look on Stellar. Stellar looks actually quite strong. Looks very strong. Even on the daily, we didn't even touch the EMA 21, so and already bounced. So that's quite strong. Yeah, daily close. Well, of course, if it's a high time frame, it will be more confirmation for me. If for the 9,450, I would take the 12-hour or the daily, most likely. Yeah. Kind of depends on what the other indicators are at that point. If the RSI is like super sky high on the 4-hour, then of course it's no point. But if there's a lot of space or room towards the upside, for sure, we'll make a decision at that point. XLM still looks good. Bounced off basically the previous support line, the support area or accumulation area here. So nice. We had the nice accumulation here, broke out from it, and then touches back into the liquidity. So yeah, looks more continuation towards the upside, to be honest. But yeah, very similar like every altcoins. There's a huge resistance or area on the top side, right? So a lot of selling pressure right now. So would still be careful, but overall looks good. I would be Very interested to see if it basically the psychological level, right? The 0.1 area. If we do break and close above the 0.1 area, most likely we'll be targeting towards the previous tops, previous areas here. And that would be the area that I would be looking at. Looks good though. Looks constructive. What about the weekly downward stocks? Oh yeah, it's still there. It's still there, John. So let's take a look on the weekly. Yeah. So yeah, the weekly stocks are still curling towards the downside, but you have to understand this is the zone, right? So if the weekly does something like this, very bullish, right? So yeah, but for now it's still towards the downside. The thing is, as you can see here, this is like so is this confirmed as a double top? That's the question, right? Then this would be a rejection, and then we would be heading towards the downside. But if this breaks towards the upside, then we have a nice pretty push towards the upside, most likely near at least back to like close to 10k, most likely 9.9k, 10k. Would not be surprised about that, right? But like I said, it's all we need to see some price confirmation. That's basically what we're waiting for. If we see some price confirmation, then we'll just act upon it. There's no, I mean, like I said, there's no need to be worried or in a rush or anything like that. Right now, just waiting it out, and this is the key area for me. That's basically it. Waiting for the 9,450 area to be broken towards the. If we break up there and we close candles there, then let's go. It's time to go, right? But yeah, RSI is right now, as you can see, is crazy high also as well. So can easily get rejected once again. Everything will be depending on the traditional markets, to be honest. So I'm just putting all of the energy that I have mainly on traditional markets. So did Koti make a higher high? That's interesting. Let me see. Did Koti make a higher high? It did not make a higher high. It did not make a higher high, but it's nice. The highest point was 0. As you can see here, 0.5059. So it did not make a higher high. It did make a small pullback here, but yeah, it looks very constructive, right? Looks very constructive. Looks very good. Let me see. If you're looking at that on the daily, yeah, it did make a higher high, but it did make a small pullback as well. Looks very constructive, but it will be the same as all the rest, right? Most likely, right? So do we see some bearish divergences or something like that? No bearish divergence. No bearish divergence on the daily. Let's see on the 4 hour. No. It's not good. It's not good to be holding altcoins if Bitcoin pumps. Well, it depends on how you're looking at it, right? Most of the people hold altcoins to be gaining more satoshis. If you're holding altcoins in USD value, what happens is usually the Bitcoin and USD value will go up faster than the altcoin and USD value. Yeah, looks very constructive though. Koti looks very constructive. This is good. So most likely continuation. This looks like continuation for me. But price discovery, right? Once you get to that those kind of levels, it's price discovery, and have to be waiting it out a little bit. It's not it just hit all-time high, right? And then usually what happens is a little bit consolidation, sideways movement, and then forming some sort of pattern, and then see how it goes. I mean, there's no point in like pushing buying something at the top. It's just And definitely for altcoins. That's like the worst. For altcoins, it's just the worst to be buying shit when it just made all-time high and you're FOMOing in, and then 1 week later it crashes 50% or something like that. That's what happens with altcoins. So be very 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 wary with altcoins. It has been a very good period for altcoins, obviously, because Bitcoin dominance has been very very low, right? So it has been very good for altcoins, but it's not gonna last, guys. It's not going to be lasting. But for now, yeah, like I said, traditional markets are doing really well. Bitcoin is going basically sideways, and that basically moves the altcoins very very quickly. Maybe concept, maybe. There's no such thing as 100% sure. I will never say 100% sure. Probability is there, sure, but 100% is not something you should be using in the cryptocurrency market or in trading, to be honest. There's always a chance that shit happens that you don't expect, and if you've been trading long enough, you should you should know that already as well. Anyways, let's take a look at some expected move charts since that the 12-hour Matic. Let's take a look at Matic before we move on. Oh, that's definitely not good. Something going on there with the Matic chart. Let me take a look on the daily. Wow, yeah, not good. Matic does not look good at all. Yeah, this is one of the few well, that's one of the first altcoin charts that you guys are requesting that does not look good. Yeah, it does not look good. Looks like a rejection here from the accumulation breakout zone. Rejection. Yeah, most likely this one is most likely going to be towards the downside rather than the upside. Doesn't look good. It's breaking down right now. Still above the EMA 21, but it's getting rejected from all the areas here. A lot of long wicks also from the top side, indecision candles. Most likely we'll be going back to like the 0.02 level. That's what I'm expecting, at least from Matic. Would be careful. Careful, guys, careful. Okay, so let's take a look on the expected move charts for Bitcoin. What can we expect? More sideways, of course. It is. First standard deviation towards the top side is now 9,419. Would that resolve anything? Close, but no. And 9,293 for the downside. So, and as you can see, it is a perfect sideways movement. So, but sideways is actually good, right? So if we, like I said, to make it really short, if in the next 1-2 days, and the revenues reports are positive, and the traditional markets keep on pushing, that's really good for Bitcoin, because that means sideways, holding the price as it is right now, and then push and pump towards the upside, right? So, like I said, the revenues and the next 1-2 days we will know a lot more. And maybe I would be flipping bullish. Let's take a look on the 12-hour Stokes. As you can see, breaking towards the upside, breaking from this resistance pattern. So that's very positive. On the daily. Oh, that's very interesting. As you can see as well, daily is starting to curl towards the upside, and it has been going down, as you can see, for a really long time, but now it's curling towards the upside. So be aware. Momentum is going towards the upside right now. All right. Oh, and we got a push. Wait, let me see if we manage to hit our green, like near our green box or something like that. 9.4k. But yeah, basically that's what I'm expecting, right? A retest near this this green box, for this in the short term. Most likely the 4 hours stokes are going to be curling towards the upside. Yes, of course. RSI on the 4 hour is like insanely high right now, though. So that's crazy high. So I yeah, like I said, retest of the of that area of the green box there, where we're at right now. But yeah, RSI is like super high right now, so I don't think we'll have the power to be breaking towards the upside. Most likely get rejection here. Yeah, there. So yeah, have to hold this this level, and most likely Bitcoin is going to be holding this level though. So like I said, consolidation most likely in the next couple of days in between this this area, between the two green boxes, and then basically waiting for what will happen on the traditional markets. If the traditional markets keep pumping, revenues are doing really well, then this is what I'm expecting towards the upside. And if it doesn't do well, then this is what I'm expecting towards the downside. It's pretty simple. And one of the two trades am I going to take? That's as simple as that. So if things don't look well on the traditional markets, I'll be entering a short, and if things look really well on the traditional markets, I'll be entering my long. Woo! It's been a really long time that I haven't longed longed on Bitcoin. People will be very happy to hear that I'll be switching into a long. That would be funny. But like I said, I understand that a lot of people have a problem when I'm shorting or when I'm longing, but I have absolutely zero affinity or emotional attachment with the token or the coin. Like you have these chain link lovers, and all they do is like long, but if the chart tells me to short the chain link, I'll short it and make money. that's the only thing I'm gonna do. And if it tells me to long, then I'll be trying to long it. I don't have any problems with that at all. Thanks, Nine Film, but I'm not really interested in monetizing this channel or anything like that. Like I've explained this before. There's a lot of people who do all this for monetization, and that's why you have these people who have like a lot of followers, a lot of sponsorships, and a lot of affiliate links, and please click like and blah 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 and so on. But I don't want to be that kind of I don't want this channel to be that kind of channel. So all I'm giving is my personal opinion, and what you do with it is your own thing. And I don't care. I don't need the $5 or the $1 donation or anything like that. I'm doing pretty well. So I'm good. No need to worry about the dang Oracle. He's doing just fine. If the things do turn, and if I get wrecked, and if I go broke, then I'll change this channel. I'll change this channel with full of advertising and stuff like that. Then you know that things are not going well. But other than that, I'm good. But thanks. I do appreciate the thought. Anyways, XRP. Oh, XRP. Oh, XRP is my favorite coin to be short. XRP. It's so horrible. XRP. XRP. Let's take a look at XRP. Oh, XRP did push up a little bit, right? It did push up, but to be honest, this chart is really horrible, right? Look at this. Like, if you're just looking at the day, it just keeps making lower highs, right? It just keeps making lower highs. Even on the shorter, as you can see here, this is still lower highs, right? So in the short term, yeah, obviously if Bitcoin pumps, then everything pumps, right? So in the short term, looks wow. Even when Bitcoin pumps, it only did a small pump towards the upside. So overall, yeah, short term it's most likely going to make a push up. I would say like to like 209, the 200 simple moving average, this area here, right? We have the EMA 200 and the 200 simple moving average there. So in the short term, yeah, most likely, like with the whole market, we get a little bit of push up towards that end. If we manage to break up from the 201, then most likely I'll be aiming towards that 205. That's XRP. Yeah. No, I'm not calling you broke. I'm just saying if I get broke, if I would go broke, then I'll be switching my bias towards all the other. But I mean, all these other people who are running these channels, it's just most of them are most likely not a profitable trader, because yeah, if you are making money from trading, why would you be needing any funds from, or asking people to sign up for like $50 for trading groups, or $200 for your trading course or something like that, or that kind of bullshit? I don't know. It makes no sense for me. So that's just my opinion, right? I mean, everybody, it's the only thing that I'm saying, it's not my business, right? So if it's my business, or it's my revenue stream, or my then sure, very understandable. But it's not. So it is what it is. That's the reason why I can just do and say whatever I want on this channel, because I literally don't give an F, right? So if you don't like it, then sorry for you. If you like it, cool for you as well. But yeah, this is it. But on the other hand, at least you know that that I'm not bullshitting, and I'm not trying to gain your sympathy, or actually, I'm like so many people come to this channel and get hate me for it, because every time they come with some shit coins, I keep calling it a shit coin, and I keep saying like, well, this is a weekly downtrend, guys. Look at this. This is dead heartbeat chart. Hold on for another 5 years, and maybe it will do well. But I mean, this is how most shitcoin charts look, right? So we had that. We got a small pump, goes back down. Small pump, goes down. Pump, goes down. Pump, and then so that's basically. And then people who bought like 2 years ago, in 2018 or something like that, over here, then they're just saying like, yeah, hold on, it will change the world, and in 5 years, blah 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 blah. But that's not what you should be doing. You should be getting out. You should be getting out of the fucking coin. That's basically it. Get out or short it. That's basically it. Don't I don't know that mindset of like, yeah, holding for life. Well, if you're gonna hold something for life, then I don't know what you're gonna do with it. How are you gonna enjoy it? Enjoy your life, man. Enjoy your life. Don't hodl for life. It's just, people are just too emotionally attached to things, right? They're like, this is such an amazing project, it's gonna change the world, I believe in it because of this professor, because of this guy. Good for you, man. But that's not my opinion. I'm just a trader. I don't give a fuck. So I just want to make money, you know. If you tell me like, with this coin, if I short it, I can make $100. Great, I'll do it. If I long this coin, if you tell me this coin is gonna make me $100, I'll do it. That's how I look at things. So, and that might offend a lot of people, and definitely if they have some affinity for some project, something like that. So yeah. XBG going to all-time high. Yeah, maybe in 5 years, Rup. Maybe in 5 years. Maybe. Keep the hope up. Let's take a look at this SVG, right? Amazing chart, of course. This is an amazing chart, right? Amazing. Roop. God. Should have sold it here on the 16th of June. Sold it and never look back. Forget about it. That's what you should have done. Or else you might have to wait another. Well, when was the pump? How long did the pump? Let me take a look. Date range. 100 days. Maybe you'll have to wait another 100 days before you get another pump to the outside. Maybe next year, my friend. Maybe next year. No, this chart. I mean, if you are investing or if you are attracted to some altcoins, at least take an altcoin where you have liquidity and where you can get out. Right. This one is like so dead. Sell it. get rid of it, man. Just get rid of it. Just sell it when we have like this pump here. Oh, here on the 17th of June last month, man. You should have just dumped it. And now you're stuck with it again and holding on. You know, like yeah. In 2017 it was all-time high. But in 2017, it was all-time high for the whole crypto market. Yeah, I mean, right now, 9films, everything is doing really, really well. The main question is, how sustainable is it, right? That's the main question. So. Yeah. Yeah. I have nothing to say. I have nothing to say. This is not a good chart. That's all I'm saying. This is not a good chart. I would get out of it. I would have gotten out of it. Wow, this was a dream come true for me. 17th of June. If I had that token, I would have been so happy to be able to finally dump it. That's oh my god. We'll just have to wait for it. I think there's two things that will be affecting the traditional markets. Most likely the November elections. So if the elections go towards if we get the re-election of Trump, I do believe that most likely we will have good times for the investment market. So if Trump gets re-elected, most likely if Biden or the Democrat gets elected, I do think that we'll have a more serious pullback on the traditional markets. So in terms of like yeah. But like I said, I mean, you have to take everything with a grain of salt, right? When I'm saying a bull market, we had a bull market for 10 years, right, on the stock market. So we will have pullbacks along the way, but overall in the macro trend, things are still looking good. So, don't fight the trend. That's the difference between traditional markets also and the cryptocurrency market, right? So buying the dip works during the bull market, but buying the dip doesn't work during the bear market. And a lot of people only know the bull market, not the bear market. So when people move to the cryptocurrency market and they enter into some ICOs and they see their portfolio suddenly drop 95% or something like that, they learn very quickly. At least most of them learn very quickly. Roop is a true holder. He's hoping maybe in like 2 years it will do very, very well, right? Sia coin. Let's take a look at Sia coin. Sia coin here. Let's take USDT. Lol. Yeah, doesn't look good, man. Let's take on Bittrex. Maybe we'll have more data here. Yeah, we do have more data here. It has been going sideways for like eternity. Yeah. Do I have any opinion on this chart? I guess it's not dumping. Kind of sort of like feels like it looks like it forming some sort of descending triangle though. It's the form of descending triangle. So if we are looking something like this, see, then this one here like this looks like a descending triangle. So yeah, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good overall. I would say more likely bearish than bullish, but at least it's not dumping like a crazy maniac. At least there's that. OMG. Looks good. Looks constructive. On the 4-hour consolidation, most likely small pullback, most likely on or sideways. Yeah, we had double top here. Yeah, small consolidation, but overall doesn't look bad. I would say most likely a small pullback for now. Not that much though. 160, 1.62. 1.62, something like that. Back to this EMA 21 on the 4-hour. Yeah, and build up from there. Most likely ranging though, like something like this, right? So ranging, and then depending on if Bitcoin does well, then it will push up as well. But yeah, consolidation. But overall the chart doesn't look bad. Very similar to chain link this push, but as you can see here, this is the main zone, right? The main resistance zone. So it's struggling. It's going to struggle some time here to be breaking. But if it does break this area here, we can immediately see the next area here, right? The previous top. So there's quite that's a nice trade to be taking, right? So if we do close above this green block here, the previous resistance, let's say 1.72. If we manage to close some daily candle above 1.72, that would be very bullish, and I would target towards most likely 1.85, something like that, the previous high. So looks constructive. But for now, not in the short term. Like I said, a lot of resistance right now. Right here, so most likely consolidating, ranging between 1.7 to like I said 1.62, something like that. Yeah. Anyways, yes, we are over 1 hour, so my voice is already getting a little bit raspy. Let's wrap it up. All right, let's wrap it up. So yeah, short term. A retest of this green box here is very, very likely. We kind of have it during the stream. As you can see, we went to 9,421. I kind of consider that the test of the green box already. Do we break it? Yes or no? Do we close above it? Yes or no? A lot of it will be depending, like I said, over the next couple of days for the traditional markets. Not really interested in trading in this range here. We already had a huge pump towards the upside. You don't want to be stuck in a position when we already had that pump. So, just wait it out in the next couple of days, because it most likely will just be ranging in between this zone here. Touch the downside, touch the upside, touch the downside, maybe something like that. Most likely towards the downside once we make the local top here, because look at this RSI. It's just going out of the screen right now. So most likely consolidation, not a break of anything like that, and then we'll figure it out in the next couple of days. If we do get the pullback, if the revenues are not doing that well for the traditional market, and we do get that pullback and that daily bearish divergence confirmed, then obviously Bitcoin is going to be doing the same thing and have a pullback towards the downside, and of course we'll be re-entering shorts positions. But if we do break and close above this green box here, above on the top, we'll long, and most likely traditional markets showing that it wants to go make more all-time highs, then I'll be aiming towards the 9.77 K area here. I'll be taking that trade, and most likely it will actually go even higher towards the 9.9 K area, but here around this area here, most likely we'll be ending up there eventually. So yeah, a lot of interesting things to be looking forward to. For now, everything in the market looks very, very bullish, because traditional markets is just keeps on pumping. So let's see what happens. Sabri, you took a short at 9. Yeah, I don't think, to be honest, Sabri, I don't think that's a very bad trade. We can clearly see that RSI is extremely high right now. So a small pullback is most likely in the making, right? But do I think that we will be going very, very low or anything like that? I don't think so, though. So I don't think that we will be going very low. If that is our, for example, if this is our local top, let's make a quick Fibonacci retracement level. So if that was our local top, I would say like around 9. Yeah, around this above this green box, right? 9,325 would be what I would be like ranging between 9.3 and 9.4. Basically, this is what I would be expecting. So a quick scalp, nothing wrong with a quick scalp. Nothing wrong with a quick scalp. But yeah, short term, like I said, most likely ranging in between these two green boxes, waiting for confirmation on the traditional markets, and then we'll figure it out from there. So yeah, made some profits today with Chainlink shorting, and closed my short position also on Bitcoin. Made a little bit there as well, but very little. It was like $80 spread or something like that. So nothing that great so far for in the trading perspective. But yeah, still all good news, and we'll figure it out what the next move will be in the next couple of days, most likely, right? So yeah, see you guys. Hope to see you again tomorrow, same time, 7:30 p.m. UTC +8. You can catch me on YouTube or on Facebook, and until tomorrow, please